Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel, and finally another pickups and deliveries video. I was waiting for one title to be delivered for like a few days, but I've had everything else, so that title finally came today. This will be the last, well I suppose, we've got a Birmingham trip coming up, the Loons. We're all meeting up in Birmingham in a few weeks. So that will probably be the next time I do a video, because I'm not buying anything now until then, because I need to save all the money that I've got for the trip over the weekend. So this will probably be it. There's a lot here unless I do end up going to charity shop again with Tim, which again, it's only a few weeks, so it's more likely that will be after that we go again, because I don't want to go too often, because there's not going to be that many new titles in the charity shops. But most of this in this video are pickups from charity shops nearby in Keynsham, where I met up with Tim again. We went in the charity shops, grabbed a cup of coffee, had a catch up. Always great to see Tim. But yeah, I think Tim only came out with 4 in the end, and I came out with a crazy amount. I think I had 28 in the end, which was crazy, but it's all in these deals like 5 for a pound, 2 for a pound, 50p, that sort of thing. So I did pretty well, I think. But yeah, I just wanted to say this will probably be the last pickups and deliveries video for a while. There's also not going to be as many next month either. You might get one at the end. It might be more of a monthly haul next month, because I doubt I'll be picking much up next month. And then I'm hoping after that it picks up again and I can afford to spend more. But just with the job situation I'm in at the moment, I can't really spend any money on physical media. Not a lot anyway. A very tight budget, which I've spent already, which is why I can't spend anything else until the meetup now. But I've done well since the last pickups video, and I will show you everything I got. I'll start just with the one random Blu-ray I found in the charity shops. I think, where did we find this? I think this was in the St. Peter's Hospice. I found this. I'm not sure whether Tim pointed it out or not, because there was very few Blu-rays in there. But I was like, I haven't actually got this one in the collection, and I don't know why, because it's a great film, but I just never bothered adding it to the collection. And that's David Fincher's The Social Network, which, yeah, great film, but 99p I spent on this, but for some reason I just never had it in the collection, so yeah. Then we'll do the 3 DVD deliveries that I've got, all of which are Paddy Considine films, because I've been on a kick of his recently. He's a favourite British actor of mine. He's popped up in a lot of things I've been watching recently, so I've kind of dived deeper into his back catalogue and got a few films off the back of that. First off, one that you'll have already seen, How to Build a Girl, which I did watch last week. Really enjoyed. If you want to know my full thoughts on this, go back to my weekly watches video, and I talk about it a bit more, but really good coming of age British comedy drama, which came out a few years ago, and he's got a good supporting performance in this one. And then this one, which I have actually seen before. I think I saw this when it came out. I remember liking it and just kind of forgot about it, but it's got a great cast. It's called Funny Cow. It stars Maxine Peake. You've got Paddy Considine, Tony Pitts, Stephen Graham, Alan Armstrong, Lindsay Coulson. Who else is in this? Doesn't say anyone else's name. John Bishop. Lots of Vic Reeves. Lots of British stand-ups. And that's what this is about. It's about a woman who goes by the name as Funny Cow, who's a female comedian in the north of England in the 1970s and 80s, and it's about her trying to break through, and about her childhood, her family, that sort of thing. And yeah, I think Paddy Considine plays her love interest, if I remember rightly. And I think Stephen Graham might have played her dad, if I remember. Yeah. Like I said, I've not seen it since it came out, which was a long time ago. but it's one I remember really enjoying, so was happy to pick it up on DVD for a few quid. That is Funny Count. And the one that I'd been waiting for, which came today, which I'd never heard of before, I just looked through and saw that he was in this as a lead. I thought, why not for a few quid, pick it up, give it a go, see what it's like. It's a film called Honor. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with what it is about. I did briefly read the back. The only person that I know in it is Paddy Considine as Aisha Hart. I recognise that. I think she's the girl that was in Atlantis. I can't think what else she's been in. But it's about honour killings in London, and I think Paddy Considine plays a bounty hunter trying to go after this girl. It still came with a nice slipcover, it's still sealed. About £3 I think I paid for this one, so yeah, that'll go in the pile to watch, and hopefully I'll get around to checking that one out soon. And then we'll go to Blu-ray deliveries, and then we'll come back to what I got in the charity shops. First up, one that I've seen before but didn't have in the collection, A New York Winter's Tale. If you watched the stream last week, this question stumped a lot of people, the name of that film. It was the first one, and I thought I'd check this in, and nobody had a clue. I had to tell them, because it is one of those films. It did flop massively when it came out January 2014. But it's one that I really like. I'm a sucker for these types of like fantasy romance films. And it's got a great cast: Colin Farrell, Jessica Brown Findlay, Jennifer Connelly, William Hurt, Eva Marie Saint. I forgot she was in this, but yeah, she's in this as well. Russell Crowe, Will Smith, music by Hans Zimmer. And yeah, it's like a fantastical romance film about a man trying to find his lost love. So yeah, if that sounds up your street, definitely give this one a go, because one that I really enjoy. Next up, one that I got from Amazon Germany, that again, I've seen this one before, but you can't get it readily. You can only get it on DVD over here, I think. And it's one that I definitely wanted in the collection. It just took some time to get it in there. And it's a film called Rules Don't Apply. Obviously, I think it just says it just over there. But this is, as I said, the German copy. And it's a really good film. It is a romance film at the heart, but it's also like a biographical film about the later lives of Howard Hughes, who obviously was also portrayed in Martin Scorsese's The Aviator in his younger years by Leonardo DiCaprio. This is set much later, in like the late 50s in Hollywood. He's become a complete recluse. He doesn't really go out in public at all. Nobody's really seen him for years. But he wants to make a film, because he was a filmmaker as well. And he wants to get Marilyn Monroe, but accidentally hires the wrong actress, Marla Mabry, played by Lily Collins. And it's about the romance between her character and his chauffeur, who becomes her chauffeur, played by Alden Ehrenreich. Warren Beatty plays Hughes, and he also did he just direct it? I don't know if he wrote it as well. Yeah, I think he wrote it as well. And yeah, you got fantastic supporting cast in this. You got Annette Bening, Matthew Broderick, Alec Baldwin, Candice Bergen, Ed Harris, Oliver Platt, Martin Sheen, Steve Coogan, Haley Bennett. Yeah, the list goes on. There is a lot of famous people in this, and one of the very few Warren Beatty films that have come out. I mean, he doesn't really do anything anymore, but definitely an under the radar one that I definitely recommend checking out. That is Rules Don't Apply. Next up, Ash recommended this one in his last haul video, and it sounded right up my street. So I managed to find a copy cheap enough on eBay, still sealed, and picked it up. And it's a film called The Sessions, with John Hawkes, William H. Macy, and Helen Hunt, about a man who suffers from, is it cystic fibrosis or something? But he's disabled, and he's basically confined to an iron lung, so he can't move literally anything, except for, I think, neck up, I think he can move. And it's trials and tribulations of being an adult, and it's based on a true story. I don't know too much more about it, but it looks right up my street, so looking forward to giving that one a watch. Next up, another Paddy Considine film. Still quite a few in here of his, I think. And this one skipped over me when it came out because on paper it's one of those that's probably not my type of thing. It's got a terrific cast and I'm a sucker for a good British film. And it's a film called Pride. It's set in the 80s, I believe, and it's basically during the miners' strike in 84. This group of gay and lesbian activists based out of London raised money to support families in this small town in Wales. And you got the likes of Bill Nighy, Imelda Staunton, Paddy Considine, obviously. And you've also got a lot of other famous faces in this. You've got Dominic West, you've got Andrew Scott, Jessica Gunning, what's his name, George McKay, who obviously I watched with Paddy Considine in very recently. Joe Gilgun, who you probably know from Brassic. Yeah, really good cast, this one. So yeah, looking forward to giving this a watch. Like I said, I'm a sucker for a good British film, so yeah, give that one a watch soon, hopefully. And another Paddy Considine film, this time one that he directed. It's called Journeyman. I think he plays a boxer later in life who something happens to him, I think. And he's got to kind of rehabilitate himself. Got Jodie Whittaker plays his wife. Who else is in this? Tony Pitts, who was in another one I talked about earlier. Funny cow, wasn't it? Yeah, as I said, he wrote and directed this one as well. So, yeah, be interesting to see what that one's like. Sure, I'm going to have a good time with that. Another British film here that I saw the trailer for a few weeks ago and thought, yeah, I'll give that a pick up for a few quid. Looks like my type of film. Get my words out. Film. Another one starring Lily Collins, and it's a film called Love, Rosie. Also starring Sam Claflin. Who else is in this one? No other names that I really know. Yeah, a British rom-com by the looks of things, coming of age sort of thing. As you know, that's my sort of thing. So yeah, thought I'd pick that up, give it a go. One that I think it was Roy was talking about this one a few weeks ago. He picked it up. I don't know if he's seen it yet. And it's got a great cast. Sounds like a good story. And one that's been on my radar for a while. I thought, you know what, I'll give that a pick up. And it's a film called Rob Roy with Liam Neeson, Jessica Lange, John Hurt, Tim Roth, Eric Stoltz and Brian Cox. All about Rob Roy, who was a real person, I think, in the Scottish Highlands. Sort of love story, and he's got to fight these people, I don't know, looks a bit like Braveheart, that sort of thing. Which is another one I don't even have in the collection and I've never seen, I know. But yeah, can't go wrong with Liam Neeson, so yep, happy to have that one. One that I saw at the cinema when it came out, but I haven't seen since, so it's gone back into the rewatch pile. It's another Ben Wheatley film. I think I did mention this in a previous video, and that is Free Fire. Yeah, really remember liking this. Very reminiscent of like Reservoir Dogs, very similar sort of thing. All in a warehouse. They're two gangs, I suppose, meeting for like a gun deal, and it goes horribly wrong. And then they've got to try and get themselves out of there without dying. And it's very funny. It's a great thriller. Very tense. Got a great cast. Brie Larson, Cillian Murphy, Michael Smiley. Yeah, great cast. Jack O'Connell. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to revisiting this one because I'm sure I'm going to have a blast with it again. And the last Blu-ray that I ordered this week was one that's actually been chosen for the Watch Pile episode for this week. Another one starring Jack O'Connell and a film by Ian Demange. It's called 71. A film, I think this is, I saw this, someone else talked about this as well, I think, and I thought, yeah, I'll pick that up for a few quid to give it a go. About a young soldier during the Troubles in Ireland, sent over there. He gets separated from his unit and has to try and find his way back and survive without being killed because it was very dangerous. Sean Harris, Richard Dormer. Yeah, decent cast. Sam Reed. Yeah, just looking. Don't know any other names. Yeah, looking forward to giving this one a watch as well. That's 71. And then getting into all of the titles that I bought from the charity shop. As I said, I think I probably spent about £20 in all. We've come out with 28 titles. Very happy. First up, we have one that never heard of before, but it's got a great cast. It's a film called Cold Souls, which again I think I got in. Got that one in Age UK. I think Social Network must have been Age UK as well then, because I'm pretty sure it was the same shop I got it from. But yeah, this one has Paul Giamatti, David Strathairn, Emily Watson, and it's described as like a being John Malkovich type film. As I said, I can't say I've ever heard of it. Don't know if it's going to be any good, but I thought with that cast, for 50p, I'd pick it up and give it a go. Next up is one I have heard of before. It's probably got Blu-ray, but I'm fine with the DVD. It's a film called Thanks for Sharing. I think it's about a sex addiction group, help group, and you got the likes of Tim Robbins' character, Mark Ruffalo, Josh Gad, who are all in this group, but they're all trying to they all fall in love, meet people. I mean, you've got Gwyneth Paltrow. Why did I blank on names then? Jodie Richardson, Patrick Fugit. Is he the one? Was he in Almost Famous? Name rings a bell. Carol Kane. Yeah, don't know. Rom-com, so yeah, sounds like it could be up my street. So again, this one was 99p. I can't remember where I got. I think these were like £2 for £1 in. Oh, I can't remember the name of the shop. Tim will know. The one that we couldn't go in the time before. Was it the YMCA maybe? I don't know. Or PDSA, something like that. Yeah, but £2 for £1. Thought, yep, add that one. And then one that I know of, I got for 49p. Again, just thought, yeah, I think this was in Age UK as well. Good cast, and one that I've wanted to watch for a while, and a nice snapper case. And it's a film called Summersby with Richard Gere, Jodie Foster, Bill Pullman, James L. Jones. Music by Danny Elfman. Yeah, like I said, in a nice snapper case. So glad to get that one, give that one a go as well. And then another next one up, still sealed. Where did I get this? Oxfam. Got this one in Oxfam. Still sealed, one that good cast. I'd heard of before, didn't know anything about. For 99p, I'll give it a go. Still sealed. Martian Child. Got John Cusack, Amanda Peet, Joan Cusack as well. About a young boy who thinks he's from Mars, and John Cusack helps, like, kind of, he's like his foster dad. Oliver Platt's in it as well. Sophie Okonedo. Yeah, looks like it could be a good watch, Martian Child. And this one I'd never heard of, but again, it's got a good cast and it sounds good on paper. It's a film called Brigadoon, which I got for 49p, with Gene Kelly, Van Johnson, Sid Charisse, Elaine Stewart, Barry Jones, Albert Sharp. Directed by Vincente Minnelli, Liza Minnelli's father. And it's got a very similar synopsis to a series that came out a few years ago called Schmigadoon on Apple. Obviously, that's probably tongue-in-cheek with Brigadoon, you know. It sounds like the same sort of thing. It's about a couple who are vacationing in Scotland, and they stumble across a village that comes to life once every 100 years for a day. And it's a musical, and they're singing and all that. So yeah, it sounds like that, the series that I watched. But yeah, looking forward to giving that one a watch. Sounds good. Next up, for $1.99, a bit more than I'd usually be willing to spend on a DVD. But I thought it's got a good cast, good director. Yeah, sounded up my street. It's a film called As You Like It. And it's a Kenneth Branagh film, William Shakespeare. And you have Romola Garai, Bryce Dallas Howard, Kevin Kline, Adrian Lester, Janet McTeer, Alfred Molina, David Oyelowo, sorry I always butcher his last name, Brian Blessed, Richard Breers. So really good British cast there. Looks like it was a HBO film. I'm not familiar of the story. I don't know what play it's based off of. I'm not sure. But yeah, I thought give this one a watch. And then this was in like an independent charity shop thing called Golden Oldies. They do like a 5 for £1. And I saw this out the corner of my eye. At first I completely forgot what it was, and then realised what it was. And was glad that I saw this, because this is one that I've wanted to watch for a while. It's a Richard Attenborough film called Young Winston, about young Winston Churchill. And as you can see, it's got a fantastic cast. Robert Shaw, Simon Ward, who plays young Winston, and Bancroft, Jack Hawkins, Ian Holm, Anthony Hopkins, Patrick McGee, Edward Woodward, John Mills. Just a stellar cast. Let me know what this one's like if anyone's seen it. Because yeah, I just thought, yeah, for 5 for £1, no brainer that one. And then next up, where did I get this? This was in Oxfam as well, I think. I like Sam at the moment. I'm on a big kick of American comedies. Because he started watching them, I've started going through some that I've not seen. And this was one that I've heard of, didn't know much about, but I've read up on it since, and I'm glad I picked it up for 99p. It's a film called Loser, which is an Amy Heckerling film, and she did Clueless and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's got Jason Biggs from American Pie, and he was in one that I watched last night, which was really funny, called Saving Silverman. Really liked that one. Don't know too much about this one, but I read up on it, and it's supposed to be quite good. Greg Kinnear, Mina Suvari. Yeah, from 2000 I think this one is. So, yeah, interested to give that one a watch. And then one Sam told me to pick up if I see it. I saw it just at the corner of my 49p, so I've got this one to watch now. It's called The Last Kiss. Yeah, Sam watched this a few weeks ago, I think, and said it was really good and that I'd really enjoy it. Directed by Tony Goldwyn. Didn't know Tony Goldwyn had directed anything, actually. You got Zach Braff, Casey Affleck, Harold Ramis, Blythe Danner, Tom Wilkinson. Really good cast. And yeah, it looks like a coming of age comedy. So yeah, looking forward to giving that one a watch. Then again, in the like independent charity shop, 5 for £1, saw this one with Cate Blanchett, Billy Crudup, and Michael Gambon. It's a film called Charlotte Gray. I think set during World War II. It's a love story, I think, based on a book, I believe. Yeah, don't know too much else about it. Yeah, that's Charlotte Gray. And then this one again in the same shop. Never heard of it, but it's got a stellar cast and it's a western. So if anyone's heard of this, let me know what it's like. It's a film called 4 for Texas. It's got Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Anita Ekberg, Ursula Andress. You've also got Charles Bronson. The Three Stooges have an appearance in it. And it's like a musical comedy western, I think. Which just, yeah, I didn't know that. And I just saw The Spy and I saw Warner Brothers and I thought I've never heard of that. Pulled it out. Yeah, just looks really interesting. So let me know if you've seen that one, what it's like. And then this one Tim kindly gave me because he's just got the second sight release and I wanted to watch it before I picked that release up eventually, because I don't want to waste my money on a film if I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. And that is The Brood, which obviously everyone's picked up the second sight release. I've never seen it. I'm only just getting into Cronenberg's films. He's been hit and miss for me so far, although saying that I've only seen 2. I've seen The Fly, which I loved, and then Videodrome, which I'm still undecided on. So could go either way for this one. But yeah, thank you Tim for giving this one to me. I will definitely give this one a watch soon. And then this film I'd never heard of before, but it's got a good cast. Again, this was in the 2 for £1 in what other charity shop the 2 for £1 offer was in, I can't remember now. It's a film called Love, Honor and Obey. It looks like it used to be a CEX one. It's got Johnny Lee Miller, Jude Law, Ray Winston, Sean Pertwee, Kathy Burke, Denise Van Outen, Rhys Ifans. Is there any other names that I know? Layla Morse. Obviously Gary Oldman's sister. Yeah, I'm guessing this is going to be some sort of gangster film, but I've never heard of it before. But as I said, for 50p, yeah, add that one. Next up, like a festive Thanksgiving, Christmassy type film, which is directed by Jodie Foster. Got a really good cast. It's one called, again, was 50p, Home for the Holidays. Got Holly Hunter, Claire Danes, Anne Bancroft, Charles Durning, Robert Downey Jr., Steve Guttenberg, Dylan McDermott, Geraldine Chaplin. Really good cast about a family that comes home for the holidays, get together, and Thanksgiving, I think. So yeah, I thought, why not give that one a watch later in the year, home for the holidays. Next up again, 50p, I believe in the same shop. One that I've heard of, and I've heard is pretty good, so I thought, why not? It's a film called Fools Rush In with Matthew Perry and Selma Hayek, like a rom-com from the late 90s. I think like they after Matthew Perry died, they found out that this was like his best favorite film that he liked, and that he liked working on the most. Or Salma Hayek said something, I don't know, that came out saying something, but I thought, yeah, I'll give this one a go. Music by Alan Silvestri. Yeah, I like a good rom-com, so I'll give that one a go. This I know has a Blu-ray, but I thought I'd just chuck in for 50p the DVD because I've never seen it. It's the Thomas Crown Affair from the 60s, 68 with Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway. So, yep, I'll give that one a watch as well. This was one of the more expensive ones I got, but it's a film that I've never seen out in the wild before, and I just really want to watch because I think I'm going to love it. And that's The Jazz Singer with Neil Diamond and Laurence Olivier from 1980. As you can see, I paid £3 for this, but I'm happy with that because it's one that I've wanted to watch for a while. Don't know anything about it, but yeah, give that one a go. Next up, for 50p, we have one called The Shape of Things, another what looks to be a rom-com. Paul Rudd, Rachel Weisz, Fred Weller, Gretchen Mol. Yeah, looks like a rom-com. Don't know anything about it. Let me know if you know anything about this one. Another rom-com with one of my favourite actors of all time, I would say. And that's called Prime. Meryl Streep, Uma Thurman, and Brian Greenberg. Sorry. Who else is in this? Does it say? No. But yeah, just looks like a light-hearted, easy watch. So yeah, for how much did I pay? 50p again. I thought, why not? Now this one Andy was talking about on the stream 2 weeks ago, and he said that this is one of his favourite comedies. He finds it really easy to watch. So when I saw this, it is a rental copy, perfect condition though. I thought, yeah, I'll pick this up for, again, 50p. And that's a film called Grandma's Boy, which is a Happy Madison production, which I was looking at clips of like talent involved in this talking about it, and apparently this flopped big time. It didn't. It made like $5 million at the box office when it came out. They knew it wasn't going to be a success, but then it caught on afterwards, and it made a hell of a lot of money in like DVD sales, and has like kind of become like a modern comedy classic now. Yeah, don't know what it's going to be like. It looks like it's going to be quite funny, so yeah, that's Grandma's Boy. Another one I think you can get on Blu-ray, but I was happy with the DVD because it's one that I just want to watch. It's Mississippi Burning with the late great Gene Hackman and Willem Dafoe, about two FBI agents that go down to investigate this crime that's got something to do with the Ku Klux Klan. It's like in a community ridden with them. It's Alan Parker film as well, so yeah, looking forward to seeing that one. And then I'll just show this quickly. I did manage to find that other copy of The Business. If you watched the last one, you know I picked a copy of this up without checking the disc, and the disc was in terrible condition. But I noticed at the time that there was another copy, so I picked that other copy up, and it is, you probably can't see on camera, but it's immaculate. It's completely immaculate, this disc, so happy to have that properly in the collection to give a watch. The Business. This one's one I'd never heard of. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but I like the lead actor, so I thought, why not? 99p, I thought, yep, I'll give that one a go. It's a film called Love Hurts, and it's got Rich D. Grant, Carrie-Anne Moss, Jenna Elfman, Janine Garofalo, Cameron Manheim. Again, looks like a rom-com from the late 2000s, but I'd never heard of it, but I thought, yeah, I'll give that one a go. Next up, one that I'd heard of but I've never seen, for 99p. It might have been cheaper than that, it might have been £2 for £1, I can't remember. It's one called Whiskey Tango Foxtrot with Tina Fey. You got Martin Freeman, Margot Robbie, Billy Billy Bob Thornton, Alfred Molina. It looks like a war comedy, I think. So yeah, interested to check that one out. 3 to go. Next up we have one called Trust the Man, which was in the 5 for £1. I'd heard of this one. It's got a good cast again, rom-com, so I thought, why not? You got Billy Crudup, David Duchovny, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Julianne Moore, and Eva Mendes. I think this came out in 2005. So yeah, another one interested to give a watch. Then another Julianne Moore one, which I have seen before, thoroughly enjoyed. I believe you can only get it on DVD, but I'm happy to have it in the collection. It's one called The Forgotten, really underrated sci-fi film from the early noughties. I won't tell you anything about the plot because it's one that you'd be better off going into blind. Really good film, lots of twists, really underrated, I think. You got Dominic West, Gary Sinise, Alfred Woodard, Linus Roach, Anthony Edwards, music by James Horner. Yeah, definitely give this one a watch if you can. Really good one, that. Really underrated. And then finally, another one I picked up for £3, one that I know you can only get on DVD and one that I saw at the cinema a few years ago. So I was happy to get for £3 into the collection. And it's one called The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry, a British film from about 2 years ago, 2023 I think this was. Obviously, as you can see, starring Jim Broadbent and Penelope Wilton, about a man that basically walks from his home down in Devon somewhere, I think, all the way up to Berwick-upon-Tweed in the north to see his friend who's dying in hospice. 450 miles, and it starts a movement along the way. And yeah, remember this being a really heartwarming, uplifting film based on a book, I think. I don't know if it's based on a true story. I think it's based on a book. Yeah, happy to have that one in the collection, so I can give that one a watch again. And that is it. Just over 30 minutes. As I said, there was a lot there to go through. Let me know your thoughts on all of them down below in the comments. Live stream tonight. This should hopefully be uploaded before the live stream. We've got a few hours to go still. Fair few hours. It's almost 4 o'clock. So yeah, we've got a few hours. So if my internet works, this should be up before the live stream. Although you may not see it before then. But yeah, 7:30 tonight. It might be a bit different tonight because there's a few things that have come up last minute. So it's looking like there's going to be less of us on. So I don't think the quiz is going to happen tonight. But I have thought of something else that we can do in place that might be interesting, which I'll explain when the stream starts. Could be a lot of fun if people are up for it. But other than that, it will be like a normal stream, answering comments. Definitely myself. I think definitely James from Movie Mad will be there as well. But everyone else is a bit undecided, which is totally fine. Shit happens sometimes, and you got to deal with it. I completely know what that's like. So, yep, we'll still go ahead. Even if it ended up just being me, we'll still go ahead, see how it goes. But yeah, that's tonight, as usual, at 7:30. So yeah, drop by if you've got a second and leave a comment. And you never know, something interesting might happen. You might get an interesting opportunity, I will just say. But that is it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel. Comment down below anything and everything. As you know, I always take the time to get back to anyone that leaves me a comment because I really do appreciate it. And that is it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.